is up, guys? The time is now. We are on the Founders series with the illustrious Kim Nguyen. Kim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. And we are at, I have on my shirt, House 11, an amazing brand built by amazing people, Kim and Caleb. Kim, tell us about yourself.
So I am from Birmingham.
Okay.
I went to UAB, studied mechanical engineering, and still work to pay the bills. Multiple things, but I right now focus on energy efficiency and renewable energy projects.
Okay.
And really work for a corporation.
Yeah.
That pays the bills.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, can we designate my house as a project and maybe we can take a pause on my energy bill? Any way we could do that?
I don't even get the hookup on that.
Okay, look, hey, just want to let you know, no, I
I
tried.
can give you some free advice though.
Okay, I appreciate that. I could deal with that. Awesome, so we're at House 11, coffee shop by day, bar at night. So, let's talk about it. Let's start with the name. Where does House 11 come from?
So House 11 is a house on Highway 11,
Okay.
which is a historic highway. One of our friends told us it was a historic highway and mentioned that as a potential concept for us to think about. So that's kind of where it came from. It goes from New Orleans to, I think, even past Montreal. So if you get on Highway 11, it's also First Avenue.
Yeah.
So House 11, we wanted it to be really adaptable in its concept. So we didn't put bar, we didn't put cafe, we didn't put venue.
Yeah.
We wanted to be really just something that could evolve.
Okay. I feel like it really has. I remember when I first came, obviously it was a coffee shop, and then it was like, well, you know what? We could do stuff at night. Now it's a bar. I host a lot of my events here. It's an event space. In terms of like the location, we're out in Woodlawn. What made you think this will be a good area to build? What does the area mean to you?
So, one personal fact is me and Caleb lived in Woodlawn for a very long time. Through the pandemic, before the pandemic.
Dark ages. Yeah.
So,
real.
So we spent a lot of time in Woodlawn, and our previous careers and stuff that we still do today when we can has been where it's really Caleb and my passion sort of came together was community development, and we didn't realize what we were doing back then, and still don't, to be honest.
That's valid.
But we kind of got into restoring an old house and moved in together. That project took forever, and we were really just working on it on weekends and nights, and that spurred our interest here as a resident and kind of understanding what was happening in the city and the potential for growth here. We felt like, after so many years, I think we started investing in Woodlawn in like 2018. We had an investor really help us.
Yeah.
And we did all this, physical construction, demolition, fixing up the old house.
On the hustle.
Yeah. It was, it's still a hustle.
Yeah. The grind continues regardless.
Yeah, the grind continues. That's probably one of the foreshadowing a future question. But really got to know the community, got to know neighbors, residents, understand where we were in Birmingham and the potential here, the access, like it's so close to downtown, it's close to the airport, it's close to Highway 20. So I think, location-wise, we have some personal ties here, but geographically also noticed that there was opportunity in the market for more food and beverage. We come from a real estate background and renting houses, and also thought that event spaces could help at least financially pay our bills. But we wanted to do something more than that and really trying to elevate the culture in Birmingham. And because there's so much, I think, divisiveness that still exists, depending on your industry, depending on your social, economic situation, geography, and race is a big one, and language. So I felt like this was a kind of the edge of Birmingham, right, in an area that's super close to Avondale, super close to Crestwood, but also bridging East Birmingham and North Birmingham and exposing an underserved area that needs investment, needs support, needs exposure, and trying to break down all these barriers to what people have in terms of their impression of East Birmingham.
Yeah. Well, I think I told you when I first started coming here. So I'm from like Crestwood, Woodlawn, like right over the train tracks. And the church across the street, I grew up in like my whole life. So it used to be St. John Bosco. But we had such a small group of parishioners that the bishop was just like, hey, we gotta make room. So there was another group who came in. There was like, they had a congregation of like 400. They were going to church. Now, mind you, I'm like 12. Okay, so I'm not thinking too hard about this. So I'm like, okay, so we see them after church. Now they're going to church before us. That's great for me as a 12-year-old because I'm up all night playing my GameCube, and I could just sleep later, right? And then it was like time to skedaddle. So being able to come back here is great because I remember where I'm from, right? So let's talk about services, the events, the drinks. I love the drinks. Twee, master bartender, always makes a cool drink for me. In terms of events, what kind of events do you host here?
So we do anything from birthday parties, graduation parties, to corporate events, any event where you want to celebrate with whatever group of people you're interested in. It can look like a happy hour meetup, or it can look like a full buyout for a small, reception, or large reception.
I mean, where we are right now, I'm pretty sure like 200 people can fit. Like,
yeah, we have concepts where you have arrangements for up to 150, 60 seated
receptions, anything like that. Yeah.
So the space was designed to be really adaptable to really accommodate any type of event.
Yeah, it's perfect. I have hosted so many networking events here. Networking events. We had Wildcard, Shout, Carry. That was great. When we start delving into art, I know we have a watch party coming up. It might have already happened by the time this drops, but the watch party, the Pride celebration, super excited about that.
Live music.
We're gonna have some DJs. There are a lot of DJs who come, and they're amazing. Shout everyone. One who comes to mind, Nano. Love you, Nano, if you ever see this. But in terms of like community, what does community mean to you? Like, especially since you came up with this design, this idea, and you're bridging the gap. Like, what does that word, the definition mean?
That's how I feel about technicalities.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's really creating a space and connection with a group of people that you have common interests in and support each other. So,
I mean, I've seen all walks of life here.
Yeah, so I think, Vietnamese community or the minority community or, the queer community, the tech community, the Latin community, all these communities, like the Woodlawn community, we are really trying to create a space that's open for everyone, and it makes it approachable where folks don't feel like they're, not in a clique, and you
Yeah.
know how Birmingham can be
Yeah.
picky. So we were
Sometimes people are in their silos, right?
yeah, and we really wanted it to. I mean, the idea was that you didn't feel like you were in Birmingham.
Yeah.
At all. Where it was like we're traveling, we're taking a flight to somewhere, and now we're in this different place, and we can just release our anxieties and stress of daily life, and hopefully connect with some people.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are what are some future thoughts for House 11? Like, what do you see on the horizon for this space? Like, what do you envision?
So we are, a year and some change, so still early days for us. I think continuing to grow as, in what we've been growing in. We started coffee because that was sort of the easiest thing to really engage the community originally while we were waiting on our liquor license. So the coffee bar,
Vanilla ice latte?
venue, event space concept, that was the original plan. Really, it was more of an event space with coffee and bar amenities. And then we were kind of had big heads and big ideas. We're like, well, we want to be really good at coffee.
Yeah.
Or we want to be really good at drinks. So that's sort of, from a branding standpoint, it's like we're still trying to navigate like our identity because we, didn't really want to be known as a coffee spot or just a bar. We, which is, if you're in marketing, you're probably gonna admonish me for not having a true identity.
It's okay.
But
it's adaptable, remember?
Yeah. So we, we have the coffee, which is really good coffee. Really good drinks. We want to, I think at the end of the day, our mission has been to create, a cultural experience.
Yeah.
And like really high-end experience in terms of like what you're feeling in the environment, how you're being spoken to, building relationships, building connections, and like this is just really a vessel to do that. So, I mean, for future, continuing doing what we're doing it better, doing it more efficient, hopefully it paying for itself.
Yeah.
I think events is an area where we're still growing, trying to get more local bands in, traveling bands, different performances, continuing to do more markets and just really spreading the word. I think we are still pretty underground in terms of who knows about us, and really just trying to focus on making sure that everyone can appreciate the space and for what it is and its purpose.
Okay, great. Well, I love it. You heard it here first, folks. Kim, House 11. If you have an event, if you have a reception, if you're trying to do a metal show? Well,
We'll talk about
Look, hey, mosh pit. Look, I love a good mosh pit. If you're a musician, vendor, if you're trying to get plugged into the community, House 11 is the spot. Stay tuned with us on social media. You'll be seeing events that I do here, because I do at least 1 to 2 events here a month, right? Because this is the spot. All right, well, the time is now. Founder Series. Kim, thanks for coming.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, see y'all.